Do robotic affirmations work? Yes, they definitely work, because it's the most oldest and most potent way of overpowering your reality to get what you want. Why? Because of prayer. Prayer, fervent prayer is probably the oldest method of metaphysical manifestation that people don't even know about. But the reason why prayer is such a dicey subject is because the way traditionally we are taught to pray is counterproductive, because we are begging, and when you beg for something, you are not vibrationally aligned with what you want. And Neville Goddard taught this best way to pray is to thank God, to be grateful, because being grateful and being thankful for something that you don't have shows faith that you will get it, or you have it. You become vibrationally aligned with that something, and then you get it. So but beside the point, prayer is not the subject of this video. The subject of this video, which I get questioned a lot, is that do robotic affirmations work? They most definitely do, and the proof of it lies in the endless propaganda of politics and news all around you. What are newscasters and these propagandists and these politicians doing every single day? They are repeating again and again the same story. They are brainwashing you. So basically, robotic affirmation is just brainwashing yourself. You apply this method of brute forcing your mind. What is brainwashing? Brainwashing is simply overpowering your mind to not stray to other alternative point of views. You stick to a point of view and you hammer it in your brain again and again until all other ideas are crowded out of your consciousness. And this is what politicians do, and these people, newscasters do, when they are building a narrative. They are repeating something so many times that general masses just start believing in it, and once they believe it, it becomes a reality. And so but how you can do it is, you can brainwash yourself to the point of delusion that you just don't let your mind stray into any other ideas. You robotically affirm that I am, for example, I am wealthy, I'm abundant. And the reason it will work is, after a certain time, how brainwashing works is, initially your mind rejects an idea, but the whole point of brute forcing something is like you bang on a door and you bang. Eventually the owner of the house is gonna open up the door and ask you, what the hell is wrong with you, what do you want? So brute forcing is similar to that. Eventually your mind gives up. It's like, this person is not gonna stop. So eventually you start to get into the feeling of the wish fulfilled, because you get into this trance-like state where your mind goes numb to, and it doesn't resist anymore to the idea. So robotic affirmations 100% work, but I do not advocate for it, because it's a very desperate or hard way of manifesting something. But to answer the question, they do work, yes, most definitely. And here is another proof of it. They are explained by Napoleon Hill in his book Think and Grow Rich, which is an auto-suggestion. What is an auto-suggestion? Auto-suggestion is something that you suggest to yourself, an idea, a new idea to your consciousness, and then you encourage it to relate to it more so each day. For example, the idea that I am abundant, or I look good every day. So these two ideas, for example, you are struggling in your life in terms of abundance, and you're living paycheck to paycheck. So saying I am abundant is a very gentle suggestion to your consciousness. It's not brute forcing, but you are suggesting it again and again. You're encouraging it in your consciousness. And so this gentle suggestion is, when repeated, when persisted in, as Neville Goddard says, an assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact, eventually starts to show you more abundance in your life. It starts to seep in, and you once after enough repetition of this auto suggestion, it's a gentle repetition, it's not a forceful one. Napoleon Hill talks about it, that you should repeat it every single morning and every single night, your definite chief aim, which is just a goal that you want to achieve. So you, for example, I am abundant, you read it every single morning and every single night before going to sleep, and this is a gentle repetition. And so this auto suggestion, eventually your mind accepts it, and the moment your subconscious mind accepts it, it starts showing up in your life, and then it's a feedback loop of reinforcement. You say I'm abundant, you money shows up out of nowhere. First it's a little amount, then it's more and more and more, and it just starts growing on its own. And the reason why I wanted to talk about auto suggestion is, whatever you call yourself right now is an auto suggestion. It was from somebody else, it was from yourself that you accepted. For example, there is this common misconception or a very limiting belief as a culture in the middle class that money doesn't grow on trees. Maybe your parents said this to you, that money doesn't grow on trees, or you need to work hard to to become financially abundant. Well, that is not true, but we as children accepted this auto suggestion, this suggestion from our parents or our teacher and our surroundings, and so we started to live life like that, holding this limiting belief that we must break our back to earn our living, which is not true. For example, you might have a limiting belief that I always attract certain kind of people who use me and betray me in the end. Well, this is a limiting belief that you accepted at some point in your life due to a traumatic experience, and now it's this auto suggestion is accepted by your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind is not letting it go. So you keep attracting the same kind of people. So to override this auto suggestion, you can say that I'm always loved and I'm always chosen and I'm always the priority, number one priority. That's it, and it will override this auto suggestion, and you can brute force it if you want, if you like to. But I would rather suggest that if you are gonna use robotic affirmations, do it before sleep, in a sleepy, drowsy state, like the lullaby method, as I made a video. To briefly explain, the lullaby method is just that you, before sleep, you get into a sleepy state, you breathe in, breathe out, and get into a relaxed state, and then you say, "Isn't it wonderful?" again and again and again. What is "Isn't it wonderful"? Well, your subconscious mind will start portraying events in your life, start attracting events in your life that will show you that your life is wonderful. So this is lullaby method. Well, you can use it with your affirmation. Like, for example, you can, before sleep, you can just repeat your affirmation that I'm abundant, I'm abundant, I love how abundant I am, I love how abundant. Just keep repeating until you fall asleep to it. This way you will lull your way into sleep, and there will be least amount of resistance, and you will feel good, and you will feel the wish fulfilled. It's much easier this way. But if you would, if you'd like to do robotic affirmation all day long, why not? But don't do it out of desperation, and don't do it out of if it's really making you more unhappy. I would say don't do it. But other people who are making videos about law of assumption, they might say it works and you should do it. It's your decision, but I personally do not recommend it, because it's just a very low vibrational state to be in, but it still works. If the question is that it works, yes, 100%. Our entire reality is all about brute forcing your ideas on other people's consciousness. This is what these politicians do. This is what all these people in the media and they do it. They just hijack your consciousness with a repetition and brute forcing their ideas upon you. So it's everywhere and it works. It's the most widely used method to brainwash people. So why not use it for yourself and brainwash yourself into getting what you want? I personally have never used robotic affirmations in a sense like sit down and just repeat something again and again and again. But I have stuck to a certain affirmation for a very long time, and they have become reality. One of which is, I am earning a lavish, steady, dependable income, doing something I love with ease. And I have been repeating this for past couple of years, and it has worked tremendously for me. And another affirmation is, which is literally true right now, which is, I'm blissfully married. The name of my wife, you can put whatever name you want there, and even no name if you want to just get married and you don't have a specific person. So I'm blissfully married, fill in the blank, and we are happily living together with peace, harmony, comfort, and deep, deep love. And I snuck in even Russia in there, so I was like, I'm blissfully married to my wife, and we are blissfully living in Russia with peace, harmony, comfort, and deep, deep love. Well, here's your literal proof that it worked. And I stuck to this affirmation for a long time. I would just repeat it without any, I didn't do it robotically. I would just repeat it just to feel good and get into the feeling of the wish fulfilled. That's all. So when you design an affirmation, make sure that it really resonates with you. You feel good. The words should be your own, because you are the process. Any process will work. Sometimes no process is required, because we are the process. We are the consciousness that we hold. We just need to convince it. And you are the best convincer of yourself. Nobody else can convince you better than yourself, because that's the whole point of auto-suggestion that Napoleon Hill talks about. Auto-suggestion, you are suggesting yourself something, and nobody can do that better than you. So you are the process. So all processes work. You just need to find a way to convince yourself that feels good to you. And if it feels good, you will convince yourself very easily. And that's the secret. And another great way to sort of reprogram your subconscious mind via brute force is listening to sleep affirmations while you sleep, because our mind is never really asleep. Our mind is always awake and is always listening. Even though we are sleeping, the body is sleeping. And so you can put on a pair of headphones and find a video on YouTube about affirmations that would suit you best in your condition. It could be of abundance, of love, anything like that, health, and listen to them every night as you fall asleep. And this, what it will do is it will brute force your subconscious mind to adopt to this new idea, this new affirmation, and slowly it will reprogram you. And if you guys would like me to do it, leave a comment in the description, and I will make some sleep affirmations for you as well. So this is it for this video. Until next time, bye bye.